Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. My name is Kelly. Thank you so much for checking out today's video because this is an exciting one. So it's going to become very apparent throughout this channel that throughout my time on this channel that my favorite book series is the Powerless series. I have it right here. Powerless by Lauren Roberts. This gets compared very close to Hunger Games, and I'm gonna be honest with you guys, I'm about to get canceled. I have not read The Hunger Games. Now hold up. I want to. Hear me out. I just got back into reading last year. During the time that Hunger Games was big, I was dealing with a lot. I had no interest in reading. I saw the first movie, and that's about all my knowledge of The Hunger Games. I am going to read The Hunger Games. So I am not going to be the one to sit here and tell you that this is just like Hunger Games, though that is what everybody else says, and that either makes or breaks their opinion of this book, of this series, because they say it's like, you know, an exact copy, it's too similar, she just copy pasted Hunger Games, blah blah. This has my whole entire soul, heart, being, everything. So my point is, today is Monday, April 7th. Tomorrow is Tuesday, April 8th, which means Fearless release day. It is the third and final book in the series. Technically the fourth book, because there was Powerful, the novella that was in between Powerless and Reckless. I do not own a copy of Powerful, though I did listen to the audiobook, and as usual, I was obsessed with it. But I do have Powerless and Reckless right here. These are my babies. I have been waiting so long for this book to come out. Like the minute she announced Fearless, I could not wait any longer. This wait has been destroying my soul, and it's finally here tomorrow. I'm so beyond excited to, I was gonna say finish the series. I'm not excited about finishing my favorite series, but I am excited to finally have that book in my possession and find out what the heck happens, because if you have read Reckless and you know how this book ended, that was blasphemy. That was one of those, that was the audacity of Lauren Roberts to even think that that is how this is gonna go down. I know she wrote this, but sweetie, no. Excuse me, no. I literally posted like a TikTok when I finished this with the Amy Winehouse song where it's like, what kind of fuckery is this? Because for real, what kind of fuckery was that ending? And I'm not saying it was a bad ending. I'm saying what the fuck, is in like, that can't happen. There's no way. That's not how this is supposed to go. And now I'm super intrigued for the third book. So she did her job very well with this ending. If you don't know what Powerless is about, I am not the person to go to about explaining what books are. If you have seen any of my previous videos, you know that I am just awful with the English language. And yes, English is my first language, and I'm still terrible at it. I read constantly, and I'm still really bad at the English language, but I will try to explain this masterpiece in a quick summary without any spoilers, because I am doing a spoiler-free reading vlog of Fearless, so I don't want to spoil this if you guys have not read it yet. This follows Peyton, and I'll get to him in a moment. Peyton is a thief, and she is an ordinary, which ordinary just means you're normal human, you don't have any powers. She lives in this area where there's like the place where the ordinaries would get cast aside to. In the kingdom of Ilia, there are elites who have powers, and they think the ordinaries are like a threat to them and they don't want them around, so they banish them essentially. But Peyton sneaks her way in to these trials that they have because she convinces everybody that she's a psychic, that her ability, her elite ability is that she's a psychic. And then she runs into the man of my dreams, the man I'm currently disassociating over, and I think I'm speaking, but like my mind is just on, oh, I love him, Azer. Prince and future enforcer of Ilia. And it's definitely, I don't want to say enemies to lovers, that's the vibe, that's what they're gonna tell you it is, but I think a true enemies to lovers is when they just, like, Peyton despises Kai. I don't think Kai ever truly despised Peyton at the beginning. I think he was very intrigued by her, but there's trials, it's very Hunger Games, but Azer has my entire everything, my whole entire being, there I go again. You can see the moment when I like space out, because darling. Okay, I'm okay. I swear I'm okay. So anyway, that's what this video is. I've been filming for 7 minutes. That's what this video is. You're gonna come with me tomorrow to pick up Fearless. I'm so excited, and I'm nervous, and I don't want this to end, but I really need to know what happens. Like, that cliffhanger has had me going absolutely nuts with theories, ideas, ways that this could be turned around, because there's no way that's how that's happening. If you know, you know. So that's the plan for tomorrow. Now for tonight, because I can't go a day without reading. I don't know what, I can't take breaks from reading lately. Like, as soon as I finish a book, I am picking up another one. There's no break in between. I don't know if that's healthy, probably not. But I did want to say, I just want to give a shout out, a massive shout out to The Conditions of Will by Jessa Hastings. You guys, I finished this the other day. Look at the tabbages of this book. I've talked about this so many times already. I'm like, what did I say? What did I not say? This book was just absolutely phenomenal. I will get into this more later on when I do more updates, because right now I have some stuff I have to do. I gave this 6 stars. I gave this life-changing. Like, that's a rating. Life-changing, because this really was life-changing. But for now, I am going to get comfy and cozy in bed, because it is like 7 p.m. and I'm going to finish what I'm currently reading, which is Out on a Limb by Hannah Bonham Young. I'm sure I'm the last person that needs to read this. I think everybody's read this at this point. I have about 50 pages left, so that's my plan for tonight. I'm going to finish this book. I'm going to journal it. I'm going to watch some wrestling because it's Monday and Raw is on tonight. Then tomorrow, we're getting up bright and early. We're heading to the store and we're getting the book that I am so excited for. I'm really happy too that I picked this one up, because I wanted a book that I knew I would like, that I would have interest in, because my mind is on Fearless. So whatever book was going to come before it, I was afraid I wasn't going to like it, or I wasn't going to be giving it the time it deserves, because my mind is stuck on the fact that this book comes out tomorrow. But I love this. This is such a wholesome, sweet, adorable book. I can't even. Bo is like one of the sweetest, like, golden retriever MMCs I've ever read about in my life. I am obsessed with this man, and he's a nerd, and he plays D&D. Hello, sign me up. As a fellow nerd, sign me up. I love him. I'm gonna go finish this book, and then we're gonna go get Fearless, and we'll start the vlog, and I will see you guys tomorrow. Good morrow, everybody. I did not film going to the store to get this book because I was way too excited. But alas, oh my god, it's in my possession. Here's the thing. I already got to chapter 2 and I was like, girl, film, for the love of God, film. You're doing a reading vlog on this book. I'm on chapter 2 of this and I already started crying. I literally made a TikTok about it. I had to stop myself from crying so that I could film, because I don't like people seeing me cry. I hate it. I have no idea at all in the universe, in the world, how I'm going to get through this, because y'all know, if you know me, you know that Kai Azer is my everything. The way that, like, Xaden is for a lot of people, that's me with Kai. And Xaden is a top one for me. Do not come after me. No one does it like Xaden, okay? I'm gonna say, nobody in the world, fiction or real, does it like Xaden Ryerson. However, I don't know what it is about Kai. I really don't. I don't know why I feel so attached to him. I could not explain it to you. I'm obsessed with him. I love him. He is real to me. He is just, Chapter 2. This is gonna be non-spoiler, by the way, but just, One moment, please. I step behind one of the many marble pillars framing the room, avoiding her piercing gaze for perhaps the first time. I've been nothing but willing when it comes to drowning in those ocean eyes, but now I can't fathom drowning if she is not the anchor I'm sinking with. You guys. I'm like laughing at myself with how pathetic I am for this human being who is not even real. How am I supposed to get through this book? I have no idea. I'm actually, I'm having a crisis. And I'm listening, do you see this? I am a mess. I'm listening to the audiobook while reading it so I can, like, fully immerse. And the voice actor for Kai, So there's my update. Oh no, this is gonna be Unhinged. This is gonna be, oh no. And then on the back, forever my undoing. I'm telling you, I don't know I'm stalling. I'm literally on page 15 and I'm already stalling because I'm so scared. This is like almost 600 pages. This is gonna take me a while. For my emotional stability, this is gonna take me a while. So let me put this down for 1 second so I can show you what else I got today, because I'm already giving myself a headache. Oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. Fearless is not the only book that came out today, whether you believe me or not with the way I'm acting. I also picked up Enchantra by Kaylee Smith. This is the second book. I think it's the Wicked Games series. The first book was Phantasma. This is Enchantra. This is book number 2. I think I already said that. I'm losing my mind. Phantasma was one of my favorite books last year. I read it, I think around Halloween-ish, and that was the perfect time to read it, but I cannot wait until October to read this. Like, hello. I heard so many good things about this book from people who have gotten arcs of this, who've already read it. It's like, we went to pick up the husband, but we also had to go pick up the bestie. You know what I mean? We can't leave the bestie behind. I know this is about the main character from Phantasma. I'm blanking on her name right now. Oh my God, but it's her sister. Let's read the back, shall we? I need to... Okay. Welcome to Enchantra. There is only one rule. Never, ever, it's in italics, ever trust your heart. When Genevieve Grimm's mother dies, she's left with questions no one can answer until she receives an invitation to Enchantra, a cursed palace in Italy. Ooh, we going to Italia. I'm so excited. Frozen in time, though denied entrance by the sinfully handsome yet hostile Rowan Silver. What a name. Daddy, hello. Genevieve finds her own way in and soon realizes her mistake. For Enchantra is a twisted labyrinth where Rowan and his 6 siblings are trapped in a deadly game at the mercy of a twisted devil and his ghastly spectators. Only one occupant of the house can survive. Genevieve now must win or die. Rowan warns her he's the deadliest of the Silvers, that he always wins, that her only chance is to compete as his wife, so they must convince their audience they're desperately in love. Marriage of convenience? And while Genevieve is willing to do whatever it takes to survive, she also knows she can't trust Rowan, that the desire burning between them is a lie. After all, it was Rowan who taught her Enchantra's first rule: never ever trust your heart. Oh, baby daddy, step on me. What? My bisexual came out for a second there. I said baby, and then I said, okay, we're just gonna pretend that I am a normal person. Okay, we're gonna pretend that I'm not off my rocker, that I'm not off my meds, which I am off. I need to take my meds. I forgot. That explains a lot right now. Okay. I'm being a little too transparent in this video, but you know what? It's okay. It's all right. Yeah, so I got this today. And this is going to be what I read after Fearless. I do not know how long it's going to take me to read this, because clearly this is going to take me a minute, because this is the final book of the Powerless trilogy. My favorite trilogy ever. I don't want it to end, so I know I'm going to like stall the way I am right now by filming this. I need to take a breather. I need to go touch some grass before I continue this. Like, let's be so for real. If y'all know the ending of Reckless, this continues like right as soon as Reckless ends. Like, that moment is where this continues, and I do like that. I do very much like that, but just no. No. They're fake people. They're not real. They are not real. These people in here, not real. Please stick with me on this very emotional, psycho, manic ride as I read this book. We can read this together. If you have not read it yet, if you have it, go pick it up. We're going to read this together, and we're going to suffer together. I just have such a bad feeling. I'm going to continue reading this. I'm going to lay back on this couch. I've got my coffee. Here, have some. It's not the best ASMR considering my ice isn't melted. And I know what you're thinking. Girl, you are already off your rocker. Why do you have coffee? Leave me alone. Leave me alone. I've got my book. My husband is in this book. My husband is here. We are in close proximity. I've got my tabs. Let's stop stalling and let's continue with this book. Okay, so it is literally the next day, like the next evening, And I don't even know if I explained this intro properly, so we're just gonna add on to this. I originally wanted to do spoilers for this for my vlog. However, I know a lot of people enjoyed the first book and then they read the second book and they thought it was just a waste of time. They thought it was filler. They thought it just wasn't great. So they decided to pass up on this book. Now, I have no sway in anything here, but Powerless, for me personally, if you don't like it, that is totally fine. Powerless for me is just like this series. I don't know what, like I can't pinpoint exactly what it is other than, you know, Azer that does it for me. But this is one of my favorite, this is my favorite trilogy that I've never been as invested in a story as I have been with Powerless and Reckless and Powerful, which I listened to the audiobook. I do not have a physical copy yet because I was waiting for the one that's the same size as these books to come out, and it finally did, so I got to get my hands on that. And I know what you're thinking, trilogy, but you just mentioned 4 books. Yeah, Powerful is a novella that basically it's a short little novella that's about one of the side characters in this book, Adina, who is our main character Peyton's best friend, her other half, essentially, as far as like friendship goes. A lot of people say, you know, who cares about the side character? That novella will make you care about Adina. If you did not care about Adina in this book, you will care about her once you read Powerful. Oh my god, I literally wrote my review about it. I said something like, how does she even make us care about the side characters? Like, that's so rare for stuff like this. So that really got to me. But again, back to my original point, this right here is my most anticipated read of 2025. I can't put into words what this story does for me or what it means to me. I don't know. The yearning that man has for Peyton is just, it's unlike anything I've ever read. It is just, I love him. I adore him. So with that said, this is going to be spoiler free because maybe I can convince somebody to read this who read the first 2 books and decided I might pass up on this one. Again, I have no sway in anybody's opinions, but because I am so passionate about this series, if anybody picks up this book and finishes the trilogy and enjoys it because I recommended it, that would just make my entire life. That would make me so happy. So non-spoilers. The only thing I'm going to be doing is quotes or maybe throwbacks to the previous 2 books. This is Unhinged. I am so tired and I've been insufferable during this book. I've taken so many pictures of quotes in here and posted them to my Fable app, which I will put in the description below. All of my socials will be in the description. I am 42 to be precise, 42% of the way done this book. Guys, I am frothing at the mouth for this man. I am a weakness. Oh my god, I'm only on page 22. You seem to forget that I'm completely powerless, Prince. So be my weakness then. Oh. I will be your weakness. I will be your strength. I will be everything you need, Kai Azer. Oh my god. And like, I'm too selfish to let you go so easily. Then pretend. My thumb drags lazily over her bottom lip. Does that mean I have to drag you into a closet every time I want to touch you? You're not supposed to touch me at all. And then he says, but you could command me to, then I'd simply be following an order. Oh my god. How am I supposed to, oh no. This is gonna take me months to finish at this rate. Oh my god, I love him. I'm actually tearing up. Oh my god, I love him. What is wrong with me? Okay, that's all I had to say in this moment. Oh. Listen, this is hard because I don't hate Kit. I really don't. And like, he saved her life by doing this. So like, I appreciate that he's listening to what people are saying and he wants to get these changes going within this kingdom and make his kingdom better and more respected. However, I am Team Kai till the day I die. Can I get that on a shirt? I understand. When I first got this book, I was like, this is an easy, what are you talking about? Like, no, she belongs with Kai. She only belongs with Kai. But now I'm like, I understand because Peyton has been literally suffering her entire life in the slums. Finally, like, she was part of a resistance and, you know, in the last book, and now she has this chance. Her people will no longer have to suffer. if she sticks it out and marries Kit. I get that. I do. But just, I hate this for Kai. I hate it for both of them because I know she doesn't want to go through with marrying him either. But like, oh my, I hate this for Kai. This is truly breaking me. But the fact that it makes sense on why marrying Kit is like a good idea and there's no like evil at the moment behind it, so you can't really hate on Kit for what he's doing. It makes it very difficult. Oh man, I fear we have a lot to discuss. I have about 140 pages left. I'm disassociating. I've been disassociating for the last 20 minutes before I decided to film an update for you guys. I could not put this down yesterday. It was not happening. I read like 250 pages yesterday. Let's discuss. I don't even know where to begin, and I don't know how to not spoil this. Because if you guys read Reckless and you didn't like it and you thought that book was dumb and you were like, I don't know if I should continue and finish the series, listen to me, okay? If you take anything from this video, I hope it is me convincing you to read this, because if you guys want yearning, like true. A lot of people have been saying yearning is gone in books. We need to bring back yearning in romance and romanticises, anything that has to do with romance. We need to bring the yearning back. Miss Lauren Roberts brought it back. You got... Hi, Azer. I will love that man until the day I die. He will always be my #1 MMC. Nobody is ever going to top Kai Azer for me. It's just not possible. It's not possible. So... I'm just gonna, since I'm not spoiling anything, I don't want to spoil this masterpiece. Like I said, we've gotten to the point where you guys know I'm talking about Reckless. This whole thing with Kit and Peyton planning a wedding, I cannot say much because I don't want to spoil it. But you guys, the yearning has returned and it is stronger than ever. I need to know if I'm the stupid one here. So if you don't want to know a single thing, this involves the original king. This involves Kit and Kai's dad. If you don't want to know a thing about that, skip to this part because I need to talk about this because I need to make sure I'm not stupid. In this book, you get POVs, very short, very brief, it doesn't happen frequently, from Edric, the king that Peyton murdered. So they're like flashbacks. Right here, this is Edric's POV. The princes are inseparable. Kit balances a book on his lap, though it's difficult to focus on anything with his younger brother waving a wooden sword in his face. Mila stands to comb back Kai's unruly hair, all while ignoring the boy's huff of irritation. While the turning of a page, Edric's air grows suddenly studious in the presence of a mother who is not his. Both boys have been continually told the very same lie as the kingdom beyond their castle walls. Kit's mother died giving birth to him before the king remarried and had Kai, making the princes half-brothers. That is what they know to be true. Anyone who knows differently is part of the staff sworn to secrecy and stowed away within the palace. That Kai and Kit are not even half-brothers. They are not related at all, because in another chapter it said that this woman was brought to the king already pregnant with Kai, and they came up with this elaborate scheme to have them married because of how Kit's mom died the way she did, giving birth to him. And Mila was already pregnant with Kai before even the thought of her marrying the king. Kai and Kit are not related. They are not related in any way. They are not brothers. They are not half-brothers. They don't share the same blood. They are not related. Oh my God. And this is why I was going to ask the question. Let me get back to my point. I know it was said throughout the previous books that they are half brothers, but I don't think we realized until now that they are not related at all. They are not, there's no blood between these brothers. They are not brothers. I need to know if I'm stupid. Am I just figuring this out because I was supposed to just now figure this out? Or were we supposed to know this from the get-go? Someone tell me in the comments, because I don't know, but oh my God. This whole thing with Kit and Kai is just, I'm so scared to find out what's about to happen, because Peyton is to be Kit's bride. And that does not spoil anything because that's how Reckless ended. I need to know. I don't want it to happen. I really don't. And when I'm talking, like, you see this face, this is because I have not been able to stop crying. Like, I look like a mess. Let me just tell you, I believe it's chapters 43 through 51. You are going to have the most whiplash experience I think you're ever going to have reading a book. I had a panic attack during those chapters. Like an actual, listen, you gotta understand, I'm an emotional girl. I'm just a girl. I am an emotional female. And Kai is my favorite MMC to ever exist. So I had a panic attack. I couldn't stop crying. I was shaking. Those chapters, the most whiplash I think I've ever experienced. The quickest emotional like turnarounds in the shortest amount of time. Like, it was insane. It was absolutely insane. This is giving best book in the series. And then I found out, like, this is the end of the series. Once this book is done, that story is done. But Lauren Roberts said that there is one more novella coming out. I don't know what that means. I don't know when that takes place. I don't know whose POV we're gonna be in. But she said there is one more novella, and then that'll be it as far as this series goes. But this book is the end of the story, the end of this trilogy, which has been just completely life-changing for me. I am so scared to continue this, but I'm going to. There's my attempt at an update, because I really just I have no words. We're going to continue this. I'm going to try really hard to finish this today. I've been stalling. There have been moments where I'll finish a page and I am so emotionally distraught that I cannot bring myself to turn the page. And I sit there and I disassociate for like 15-20 minutes before I'm like, okay, I think I can go on. I think I can continue. One, I'm taking my time because I know this is the end of my favorite series ever, and I don't want it to be the end. But then there's the other part where so much is happening that I have to space out. Like, I don't even realize I'm doing it, and I'm too scared to flip the page to continue. With that said, I'm gonna go get my coffee, and we're gonna see if I finish this today. And I'm really scared because something is a big thing is about to happen, and I'm like, but there's still so much left of the book. So there's gotta be a conflict this whole book in itself is a conflict, but there has to be something big that's about to come, because there's things that have been mentioned previously that are 1000% foreshadowing a theory I have. I've been theorizing about something to do with Peyton since like the 30% mark. I'm like, they keep saying this one thing, and then something else happened. I can't spoil it, but something else happened between Peyton and somebody, and it really has me thinking something about her. I don't think she's all that ordinary, is what I'm gonna say. So I've been making notes about my theories with that. Hope they get answered in the rest of this. And yeah, we're gonna continue this. I need to stop stalling because this book is forever my undoing. Well, guys, I finished Fearless. I have completed my favorite series, and oh my god. So today is actually the April 11th. I finished this book yesterday. I needed like a full 24 hours to process my emotions before I gave my final thoughts on this book. I'm very, very unwell. I've had a book hangover. I have not been able to pick anything else up since. 6 stars, 10 stars, infinity stars for this book, for this series. I just cannot believe this is over. I'm like dealing with a breakup. It's like I miss them already. I want to just crawl back to them. I was this close, guys. I was this close to picking up Powerless and rereading it, but I was like, no, you have a problem. You need to put this away and find something else to read, which I do know what my next read is going to be. I just want to take a minute to show you guys. Look at that. Do you see all of that? The pink is for Peyton's chapters and the green is for Kai's chapters. Kind of matches the theme of the cover. Yeah, I'm scared to like talk about my final thoughts because I know I'm gonna start crying again, and I don't want to. This was everything and more that I expected out of this. This to me was the perfect final book for like a series. Like I've completed series before and it was never a perfect ending. My only thing is that I could have taken so much more of these characters, but not because the book needed more. It's just because I love them so much, and I would take 10 more books in this series. I don't even care if it stopped making sense. I just love these characters and this world so much. This series has been my undoing, possibly forever. We'll see what happens, but the amount of depth, the amount of yearning, the grief, the agony, the internal conflicts, the love, the battle of love versus duty, like desire versus like what you have been raised to be. I don't have the word. Every single person was going through some sort of conflict in their head. I'm just gonna say this, I'm not gonna spoil anything, I'm just going to say this. I went from hating Kit to hating him even more, to forgiving him, to despising him, to loathing him, then to feeling very, 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 very sorry for him. And now that this book is over, I'm going to say I am a Kit defender until my dying breath. And Kai is still my favorite man. If you've read the book, you understand why I'm saying these things. If you haven't and you're going to read it, you will understand once you have finish the book. I'm a Kit defender until my dying breath. I've never had that much emotional whiplash over a character in my life. Usually, once you get to know a specific character in any book, you can decide then and there how you feel. Do you love them? Do you hate them? Are you indifferent? And then maybe something happens where they either redeem themselves or they turn out to be the bad guy, and you switch. You're like, oh, he was actually good this whole time, or oh, this guy's terrible, I despise him now. It's always something like that. This whole series went from, especially with Kit, went from, oh, he's cool, to like, hold on, I'm feeling a little weird, I don't trust him, to, oh no, he's good, to, what are you doing? Back to like, well, hold on, let's try to understand this from his perspective. I think I get it. And then something happens where you're like, I never want to see your name in this book again. I don't want to hear about you anymore. What the hell is wrong with you? And then you feel so sorry for him. Kit deserved better, in my opinion. That's what I'll say on that. I am a Kit defender. Sue me. Okay, that being said, Kai, this man was torn the entire book between having the love of his life versus having his brother and having that duty as an enforcer that he was basically forced to grow up to be. There is a family dynamic situation that gets completely altered, something I did not expect. We find out it made a lot of things change, even though they were saying that, you know, it won't change this, it won't change that. When you find something like that out, it will change how you perceive things. And there were so many twists. Let me tell you, there was not just one, there was not just two, I don't even think there was just three. There were so many revelations, and maybe to some people that might be too much for one book, and maybe you could have spread it out a bit more. Fine. I thought that made this so fast-paced and just so entrancing. Like, you couldn't skim through it. I don't skim through books anyway, but you couldn't skim through because you might miss a new revelation, like especially towards the end of the book. It was pieces of the puzzle throughout the entire series were coming together, and they were coming together fast, and it was just bam, 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 and it would hit you. And then you're still processing that, and then bam, here's something else, and then you're like, well, how do these two tie together? Well, here's your answer. Oh wait, well, hold on, that's a thing? Well then how does that and this tie together? Boom. It was just go, 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 go. And I was having the time of my life, but I've never had so much emotional whiplash. Peyton, my sweet, sweet Peyton, this girl, she inspires me. She really does, because she grew up just this ordinary. She has no powers whatsoever. She had to fight and claw and scratch her way to anything, like absolutely anything she wanted. She had to earn it. She was never given it because, you know, she was an elite. She never had, you know, anything handed to her. She had to fight her entire life, even up until the end of this book. And the way that these people treated her, the stuff that almost happened to her, it was kind of parallel to certain situations in real life, if that makes sense. I don't want to dive into it without spoiling it, but you know, ordinaries versus elites, it was giving kind of a real life similarity. This woman inspires me. Like, Peyton is one of my top FMCs ever. She grew so much in this book, and there's a moment between her and Kit and Kai when they're at this ball, and you finally get to see the three of them together just as people, you know, not the enforcer, not the king, and not this ordinary who waltzed her way in. They were just people, and they were having a good time, and that was something I really appreciated, that you could just see them being themselves without the worries of who they are, what they have to do, what needs to get done in the back of their head. You just got like a brief moment of just them being them and having fun together. That was super sweet. I loved that she included that in this book. I had so many thoughts. You need to read Powerful in order to read this book. The novella, that is a must read, because there are moments in here that you will not understand or feel that emotional clawing feeling that happened in here if you do not read Powerful. It is crucial that you read that novella before you read this book, because Adina, who is Peyton's best friend in the first book, ends up being a crucial talking point, a crucial, like, she's kind of like the centerpiece of Peyton's, like, the way she lives. So it's very, very important. And there's another thing that happens in here. Oh my God. Chapter 54. I think it's chapter 54. You will not understand it. And it's supposed to hit really, really hard. And believe me, it does. But you have to read the novella if you're going to dive into this. Take that from me. This will not hit as hard. I'm telling you. I know it's just a novella about one of the side characters. Trust. Read it. It's short. It's quick. It will make you cry. If it doesn't, I don't want to say you don't have a soul, because reading is subjective. We all respond to things differently, but I was a crying mess during that, and I listened to the audiobook, so maybe that was why. But I thought Powerful was an amazing novella, and I'm really glad I read it, because a lot from that, you know, ties into this. So just wanted to point that out as well. You get to King's POV, like Kit and Kai's father. You get, like, I think it's like maybe 5 chapters, and they're very, very short, of his POV, which is you learn more about why he was doing what he was doing. You learn things that you will not expect to find out. It's crazy. Yeah, this whole book was just an emotional roller coaster that I could go on about for days. I need to cut this soon, because if I don't, this is going to be like a 3-hour video of me just yapping about every single thing that happened in this. This series will forever hold such a special place in my heart. It's my favorite series of all time. I really don't think anything's ever going to top it. I don't know what it is. It's just, I really don't. I still don't have the words to, like, fully explain why I'm so attached to this series, but this book 1000% solidified that. I've even seen people that read this even though they didn't like Reckless, and they're like, oh, we are so back. And while I enjoyed Reckless, it definitely wasn't the best second book in a series, but I still enjoyed it, selfishly, because I love Kai. But this was the perfect book, in my opinion. Like, this was perfection. Nothing could have been better. Nothing could have been improved, I don't think. Just, I'm so sad it's over. And I've been trying not to, like, sob, because it's a book. It's not that serious. But to me it is, because I've grown really fond and attached to these characters. So, I mean, maybe a reread is in order sometime in the future, and maybe I will do a full spoiler reading vlog of the entire series, because I can't leave these people. These are my babies. These are my best friends. That is that. That concludes this video. I was gonna do 2 books for this vlog, but you know what? I've wanted Fearless to have its own time to shine, because I really do think, even if you weren't a big fan of Reckless, if you liked Powerless, you really should read this. I think it's going to redeem a lot of your complaints about the second book. So I want to give this the proper attention. 6 stars, God tier. Would I recommend it? What do you think? With that said, remember when I said I haven't been able to pick up another book since then? I lied, and I forgot that I lied to you. And this might be in a reading vlog, it might be in my next video, I'm not entirely sure yet. But I picked up Enchantra by Kaylee Smith, but I'm not even that far in. I got to page 34 and I was still suffering a book hangover, and I was like, you know what, let me put this down for a day. I want to, you know, give this the attention it deserves while also recovering from this one. I think by tomorrow I will continue this book. I need to process, because this was a lot happened. This is an almost 600 page book. I think it's like 593 pages. A lot happened in this book, so I'm gonna give myself tonight to just relax, still recover from this bookish hangover, and then I'm going to continue with Enchantra. This might be in my next video, so stay tuned for that. And that is all I have for today's video. Thank you guys so much for being patient with me. I know it's been like 3 weeks since I posted a video. I have no sense of time. My schedule has to fluctuate every week. Sometimes I have all week that I can work, and then sometimes I have no time at all to work. So thank you for being patient. Also, thank you for dealing with, you know, the bad quality, awkwardness, the weird, just everything. I'm still learning, and I'm very, like, socially awkward. Like, I say this all the time, but I do not like myself. So editing myself and recording myself is always very, very uncomfortable, but I just want to push through it because I love talking about books with you guys. Hopefully I can get some better equipment soon. Hopefully I can get a better filming space so that it looks more like aesthetically pleasing. Will I ever stop being so awkward? Probably not. Will I get better at the English language when it comes to explaining things? Probably not. But I hope you stick around anyway. I love you guys. Thank you for hanging out. Let me know what you thought of Fearless, though I am very protective of this series, so please be nice. But yeah, that's all I've got, and I'm going to drink my Alani at 9 o'clock at night, watch some YouTube, and just breathe. That's my plan. So thank you guys so much for watching. If you do like this, please consider liking and subscribing. It would mean so much to me. If you guys have your own booktube channels or book talks, put them down in the comments below. I will follow and subscribe to each and every one of you. We need to support each other, so if you have an account, like a book account, give it to me. I will follow you. I will subscribe to you. I got you. Okay, I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.